In today's video, I'll be going over 3 $100 per day or more keywords plus a bonus keyword at the end for Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. What is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Dane, and on this channel I talk all about self-publishing books on Amazon, on entrepreneurship, and just lifestyle in general. So if that kind of thing interests you, make sure you subscribe, drop a like on the video, and hit the notification bell so you know when I post new videos. In today's video, like I said in the intro, I'll be talking about 3 $100 per day or more keywords for you to get into for the month of December, and honestly just moving into the new year of 2023. These 3 keywords have tons of potential, and the best thing about these 3 keywords is that they're all related with a very overarching general theme that makes them very bundleable, or even turn them into a series and make tons and tons more money off of series and bundles. If you don't know what series or bundles are, you can go into my channel and look those things up. I have tons of videos on exactly what those are. But basically, we're including these books into a single book, or we're making a series 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, how many books you make, so they can join together and people buy them as a basically bundle or a series. So they're all together at once, so you make more money off of an individual sale. So that's one good thing about these keywords. And I'm talking about a bonus keyword at the end that's not super in demand right now, but there is low competition for it, and I do see it kind of on the rise. It's kind of a newer one that I haven't seen before, so I wanted to pop it into the end of this video. So definitely make sure you stay to the end of this one. So anyways, without further ado, let's jump into my computer. I'm going to show you exactly what these keywords are and why they have potential moving forward. So we're in my computer here now, and as you can see, keyword number 1 is succulent gardening. Okay, and this is one that I have never talked about on my channel before, but you're going to see an overarching theme with 2 of these keywords, and also the third one. Those 3 are all kind of have the overarching thing. This one's a little bit separate, a little bit different, but it definitely has the gardening theme. A lot of these books are gardening, but you'll see it more so with the next 3. But this one is a little bit standout, but I wanted to include it here because, like I said, I haven't really seen it before, and it definitely has a lot of potential moving forward. So why does it have potential? If you're wondering, what we look for in a good keyword, if you're not familiar, is basically a few main things. So the first thing I want to look at when I am looking at a keyword is the keyword actually autofilling the search bar. So what I did here is when I went into Amazon, I looked at books, looked at the most popular books, and I kind of found a keyword that I didn't see before, which was the succulent gardening. Next thing I did was go into the search bar up here. I typed in succulent, and right away, succulent gardening for beginners pops up. I just put succulent gardening because it's a little bit more general, and searched it, and it's gonna give you the same results that I just showed you. So first things first, looking for it autofilling the search bar. Next thing to look at is the results. So this one has a little bit more results than I typically like to look at. Usually around 7,000 to 8,000 or less is what you wanna look at, because the amount of results is how much competition there is if you were to publish a book and try and sell it. 10,000 results is definitely something that is doable, so I wouldn't shy away from it because there is demand for this one. So speaking of demand, let's move into the next thing we look at, which is going to be the average BSR. So up top here, you can see the average BSR for this page is 215,000. Now, what does the average BSR mean? It basically means the average bestsellers ranking. So what this is it's ranking books based on how well they're selling on the Amazon store. And the lower the number, the more they're selling. So number 1 on the Amazon store is selling the best out of any book. So the lower this number is up here, top left, the more demand there is for that overall keyword on that page, because it's taking all of the average BSRs for each book on this page, compiling them together and making an average. So generally speaking, we want them to be lower. And if you're wondering how I'm seeing this, it's by using an extension called BookBeam. You can see the Chrome extension up top here. I'll link it down in the description down below if you want to get this book or this Chrome extension so you can see all of these cool numbers. So the next thing I look at after that quickly is the amount of competition on the first page. And generally what we're going to do with that is look at the amount of reviews that the top ranking books have. So this one has 1,400. This one has 250 or 1,000 right here. After that, though, it's not looking too bad, which is a very good sign, because that means that we can get our book in there and get some reviews on there, maybe 20 to 50 reviews, and start ranking it and competing. Okay, so definitely looking at this one, not bad at all. The final thing I'm going to do is click the BookBeam extension up here, and I'm going to remove the outliers on the first page in terms of BSR, and we're going to get our actual real average BSR that we're looking at. When we're looking at average BSR, I didn't mention this earlier, but we're looking for something that's usually under 200K to under 150K. So with this keyword right now, as it sits, without removing any outliers, it's 215,000. But if I go over here, you can see the rankings are right here. If you go down the list, you can see there are a few that are standing out. So I'm going to remove this one with 600K because that's just not a book that should be ranking on the first page. There's also one with 400K down here. I'll remove that guy. And there's also another one with 400K. Let's remove that. And honestly, all the other ones are kind of similar. I could remove this 300K, but not a huge deal. So looking at the average BSR now, we're at 150,000. So that's not too bad at all. And average reviews, 300, that's pretty low as well. So like I was saying, not too much competition for this book. And the average BSR is low enough that there's enough demand for us to get into it and start selling and making some decent money off it. If you look at some of these books that are ranking on the first page, you can see how much more they're making in royalties by looking here. So this one's making around $11 per day. This one's making $72 per day, $92 per day. So some of these books that are ranking highly, that are high quality, that have focused on a good title, good cover, all that stuff, are making very good money. So if you can get your book ranking on the first page for this particular keyword, in my opinion, it's a great one to get started with. Looking at keyword number 2 here, it is Bonsai for beginners. And I don't know if I actually mentioned this one a long time ago on the channel, but I wanted to talk about it again because it is even better at this point. And the results are still very low. It doesn't look like a whole lot of people have gotten into this one. So if you look at Bonsai for beginners, it autofills the search bar and the amount of competition is very low. 1,000 books are in this one compared to the last one where we talked about had 10,000 results. This one, it only has 1,000 results ranking on there. So you can definitely get in and compete quite simply and easily. Looking at the average BSR, 283,000. So I'm gonna click Book Beano up here. I'm gonna remove some of these outliers here. You can see the top ranking ones are so low. All these books from like 1 to 6 are below 50K or about below 100K, I should say, and clearly making good money. So let's scroll down and let's remove ones like these, 600K, 700, 500 here and right here. And there's also one with 1 million, I think I saw right here. So as soon as I click that, you're gonna see this thing drop down to 130,000, which is gonna make it a very, very, very in-demand book. And you can even get rid of this one with 700K and miss that one, which drops it down to 70,000. So looking at Bonsai for beginners, this one is ticking all the boxes in my opinion. Very low competition, 1,000 right here. Autofills the search bar. Average BSR is quite low. After we did it, there was 70,000. And looking at reviews, let's see, this one has 1,600. This one has 4,000. So honestly, not a whole lot of books with tons and tons of reviews. So you could definitely get yours in there and do very well. Now, this is a topic that is pretty niche. So I definitely kind of recommend you have maybe some background in gardening or something like that, so you can kind of get into this sort of book. It's a Japanese style of planting and gardening, I believe. Speaking of Japanese, let's move into the next book, which is related to Japanese, so you can maybe make a bundle or something out of these guys, especially the last book. The last book with the bonus book I'm talking about is one that you can definitely bundle with this Bonsai for beginners. The next one, maybe you could. It's not really gardening focused, but it is Japanese overall. So let's get into keyword number 3. So keyword number 3 here, you maybe have guessed it after what I just told you, is Learn Japanese for Beginners. So this is kind of a language learning book, but language learning books do very, very well. And the best thing about language learning books that I have learned in the past from selling other ones is that you can sell them very well in KDP, which is paperback and ebook, and you can also sell them very well on Audible, which is audiobooks. So you can get the best of both worlds out of these kinds of books. Some books only work on KDP, some books only work on Audible. With language learning books, people love them in audio format, people love them in paperback, print format. So, I mean, you're getting the best of KDP and Audible with this keyword, which is excellent. First thing I'm gonna look at, obviously, is it autofills. It filled right away, Learn Japanese for Beginners. The amount of competition, pretty good actually, 8,000, which isn't too high. It's not terrible. It's a little higher than maybe we want it to be, but looking at the demand for this one, it's definitely worth giving it a try, which is, without even removing outliers, this one's at 93,000. So I'll click the BSR thing up here and see if there's any outliers we can remove. Scrolling down, this one has 600K, this one 200K. It's definitely standing out. And after doing that, it splits it in half almost to, well, it does split it in half to 45,000. So the average BSR is very, very low for this one, and so the demand is very, very high. And looking at the amount of competition, there's not a whole lot. There is one up here, obviously, with 7,000 reviews, so this one will be very tough to beat out. But looking at the rest of the books on here, there's not a whole lot with thousands of reviews. There's this guy right here, and there's a couple others, but in all honesty, this is an excellent keyword in my opinion, and something that you could definitely build a brand around when it comes to language learning. At the same time, if you wanted to have like a Japanese style publishing house, you could have the Bonsai for Beginners, you could have the Japanese language learning all in one kind of general vicinity and sell them all under that one single brand, which is something that is a very good advantage as well. So this is definitely a good keyword if you're someone who's interested in like language learning and stuff like that. It's definitely a good one. Last on this list I want to go over quickly is this interesting keyword that I've never seen before doing research for this video. And it's called Ikebana. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I hope I am. Ikebana. And it seems to be like a style of planting, flower arranging or something like that. Obviously, if you wanted to get into this book, do a little more research, maybe you know about it, so it's an excellent topic for you. Maybe you're a florist. It could be something that could fit your personal brand, whatever it may be. But I noticed it only has 1,000 results, which is very, very low. And I've never seen it before, so it's something that is kind of new to me. And in my opinion, it's probably a new and upcoming KDP keyword. When we look at the average BSR, obviously looking at that, it's a little bit higher than we want it to be. But if I do go over here, I can remove some of these outliers. See, there's a couple with 1 million on this first page. I've already actually removed them here. Oh, so you can see I've done them already for you. And it brought me down to 266,000. So not exactly as low as we want it to be. But like I said, if you were to get yourself into this right now, because I feel like it's something that's up and coming, especially if we roll into 2023, go into gardening season, stuff like that, it's something that could be very, very popular, and it could just get better and better because you're getting in a very low result area, which means that your book will get bought more, you'll get more reviews, and maybe you can establish yourself and as an authority figure in this keyword when this keyword starts to do better and better, because I do see a bright future for this one. And again, it's a Japanese style of floral, so you could bundle this book with the Learn Japanese, or you can bundle it, probably not with the Learn Japanese, kind of a different niche, but you could make a series out of it for Japanese style books or something. But you could definitely bundle this one with the Bonsai book, which would make a very, very solid bundle. And again, the Bonsai for beginners only has 1,000 results as well. So putting these two together could be a good one, because you know that the Bonsai for beginners has the demand, so it's a book that could sell. Pair that with Ikebana, and it could do very, very well because it could piggyback off of the Bonsai for beginners demand. So definitely some good keywords here. Like I said, first one was succulents for beginner, or succulent gardening. Second one was Bonsai for beginners. Third one was Learn Japanese for beginners. And the last one we talked about was Ikebana. So anyways, guys, those are my keywords for this month. Hopefully you guys enjoy them. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Before I let you go, though, I just want to mention I do have a 100% free Facebook group that's all about self-publishing online. It's 100% free. So if you want to join that group, it's the first link in the description down below. I'm in there answering questions. There's tons of other people answering questions in there if you have any questions. And the best part is when you join the group, you'll see pinned to the very top is my 5-step guide to getting started with self-publishing. It's 100% free if you click the link below and join the Facebook group. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, again, make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when I post new videos. I try to post new videos about self-publishing, online entrepreneurship, and just lifestyle in general. So if that kind of thing works for you, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.